Hey, everybody, what's happening? It's Broadcast Team Alpha Wednesday show. It's Casual Wednesday, and there's nothing too serious going on here. How are you guys doing? We have a really fun show for you tonight. But before we introduce our incredibly psychic guest, he already knows what I'm going to be saying right now, so I'll say it for you guys anyway. I want to invite you guys to join us, to connect with us. You can connect with us on our YouTube channel, Broadcast Team Alpha. Our goal is 5,000 subscribers, and we would be so grateful if you will help us get there, and if you'll tell your friends or your family about Broadcast Team Alpha so they can like and subscribe. And let me ask you a question, tell the truth. If you are a regular YouTuber, are you sick of hearing about the subscribe bell, right? So I won't talk about the bell. I won't tell you to click the bell, but I would be so grateful. We would be so grateful if you would subscribe and like. And we do have an exciting guest tonight, but first I want to tell you about some exciting things that are happening. We have all kinds of expansion and newness going on. And actually, I'm not going to tell you all the details. I'm just going to invite you to stay close so you'll be the first to know when we begin to unveil all of the good things that are happening. And I'll give you a hint. You will know about it before Thanksgiving. So that's just a few days away. So thank you for being with us. We appreciate you being with us as we expand and we grow, and we appreciate your super chat donations so that we can keep building. So thank you. And now I'm sure our guest Chris knew everything I was going to say, and he knows I'm going to give it to Augie right now. Augie?
Yeah, here I am.
Hi.
Yeah, hey, I tell you what, folks, in Radio Land, we are going to have some fun tonight. Today, this morning, tomorrow, wherever you are around the world. Because if you are in Australia, you're all time travelers down there because you are about noon o'clock tomorrow. So, anyway, we're all listening today. We will be
We're
talking.
all listening now.
Yeah, now, there you go. We'll be talking about being a psychic.
Mm-hmm.
How is it like being a psychic? What is it like? Where is the information coming from? Mm-hmm. Or does he have a telephone number to God?
He's got the bat phone to God.
Yeah, that's it. No, that's right. He didn't want to tell us that one. Okay. You see, in a lot of cities, if you look in the phone book, which of course we don't have anymore, it's all online now, there is actually a telephone number for God.
Are you kidding?
Yeah.
You are kidding.
No, I'm not. Because
most of the people right now are going, what the heck is a phone book? I mean, there used to be this massive book, huge book. And like when you were too little to sit at the kitchen table, your mother would get the phone book for you to sit on it so you could reach the table like grown-ups, and they would deliver it to your front door. I think annually. And it had yellow pages for business and white pages for humans. And you would go, A, B, C, D through the phone book to find phone numbers, right? That is so archaic.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry, I digress.
Yeah, you're talking for yourself now, because I grew up in a small town where our phone books were 8 pages.
Wow.
Anyway, but that phone number for God, though, it's kind of cheating because it's just usually a preacher that is answering the phone for a church somewhere. So you get to talk to him, and that was kind of fun. I did that a few times. Just it's kind of fun. Anyway,
Hey, Augie, I have to ask a question.
yes.
Back on the farm in Norway, were like the cows listed in the phone book if there was only 8 pages?
Maybe some of the.
Red Barn number 5,
Yeah.
Bessie Lou.
Boy, are we getting off track here? But
Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, let's
I'm
get back
sure
on
having
track.
fun.
I'm sorry. Let's go. I'm sorry. I won't interrupt you anymore.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm gonna put on my serious face here, and I actually did. So yeah, I'm look pretty serious, and it's radio, so you wouldn't know. But there is one more thing I want to know. What can we actually do? What does our guest think we can do to increase or better our intuition and psychic abilities? And now, no more jabber from me. I want to invite Chris Garcia, our favorite psychic, to the show. Hey, Chris.
Yay. Hi, Chris.
Hi, Augie. Hi, Nora.
Hi, sweetie.
So, so I'm just glad to be on.
We're so happy to have you here. So, do you have the bat phone to God?
Honestly, I would say that it comes from source for
Okay.
me. I guess you could say like God uses me as like a channel. It's like a radio station. Oh, and I can't believe I just went there. Oh my God,
Okay.
radio station.
I like it.
so yeah, so I can say that we do have, or I can say I have the channel to God, and
Yeah.
it's connecting with Him. And the way I do it, I guess, is I give it to the source, to the Holy Spirit, and I just use him. I just let him tell me what I need to tell the listeners, and and the people that want a reading. That's how my information comes. So I just surrender to him. He's the one that's, if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be on today, and I wouldn't be breathing. He's the one that gave me the gifts,
So
and
when
I
you
make
feel
good
like it's
use
a,
of it.
you feel like it's
Yeah.
a gift, yeah.
Yeah, and I love what I do because it's just something that I've always loved. Now, for Augie, that question that you were asking before you introduced me, the question to how can we become more psychic? I guess it's just that you need to first be grounded and be centered, and then just be real protective, and then just open yourself and just release yourself, and just don't be so tense. You have to be more like calm and self-centered, and then you have to be like grounded in order to connect to the universe and the spirits or whatever comes wants to talk to you. So that's the best way that I can say that you can talk to the trees, nature, or animals. If you're an animal communicator, it's just that you just let spirit talk. Whatever you do, you just let it, and that's how you do it. And I think with the way people nowadays should be more connected, but I guess there's still a lot of skeptics out there. But I think when we, as a psychic, or as I can say a spiritual counselor, we just are in tune automatically because we're so connected. Whether God given gifts, that is just we connect in an empathic level, so we can read their thoughts. We already like we can finish people's sentences. It varies with every psychic that's gifted. They they connect with of course the same God, but everybody has different ways of like connecting. Some people have to meditate before they do a reading. For me, I just I I connect automatically, so it's just like I'm like a 24/7 open psychic, like a door. Like you know how it says
Yeah.
24 hours a day. I'm always tuned in because I've even asked me. I've had people even ask me too, like, do you ever turn off your gift? And I tell them, no, I don't, because you never know if you're going to get messages like a warning or something bad's going to happen with
Yeah.
weather or a family tragedy, like if someone's going to pass away. So I'm never tuned. I never turned off. I'm always tuned in. Like the switch is always up.
Mm.
And I ain't even gonna lie to you. At one time when I was younger, I always tried to turn it off,
Mhm.
and I got to where they're like, you're not going to get turned off. So there was always, because there was times where I did try to turn off my gift, like I guess
Mm,
when I was younger, because it was like something that I had to adjust to.
mm-hmm.
but but it never worked for me because I was still getting messages, when I was astro traveling and astro projecting. So I was always tuned in. Even at the age of 5, I was able to
Mm,
astro project. And at that time I didn't know what I was doing, but but I guess
yeah,
my soul knew what I was doing. So
absolutely.
I've always been tuned in
Yeah.
since.
Yeah, I
And
suppose also that having the gift from an early age like this, probably when you're about 3 foot tall, and then developed it from there. The more to practice, like practice, 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 and when you're done with that, then it's some more practice. That will probably help a lot, wouldn't it?
Yes, it did, and actually it did. It just I started. I remember getting a dream journal. I think I was like probably when I was in middle school. I started writing everything down, and then when I look back at things that I wrote down that I remember dreaming of, I would see the news, and there was a lot of the stuff was validated. And then it was almost like I was a color ID. There was times where I would
mm,
say somebody was calling, and they were like, I would tell them, "Oh, somebody's gonna call," and they were like, "No one's calling." Not even like 10 minutes later, the phone would ring, and they're like, "Well, who is it?"
uh,
And I told them. So it was like I was the color ID too at
Yeah.
times.
wow, wow. So when you were explaining to people how they could, open to their gifts, you're speaking like a very experienced psychic, because I think the hardest part for people, and I'm guessing, would be, how do you discern what your thought is and what the message coming in is? I mean, that has got there has to be a learning curve for that. You're like,
Yeah.
Is that me, or was that God, or was that the information, or what was that? Yeah.
But there's times where I ain't even gonna lie to you, and that's a good question that you told me because now that I think about it, I guess I just was able to determine what was my thought. Like I knew what I was thinking, but when it came to my higher level,
Mhm.
when it came to my second gifts, I already knew that it was spirit talking. But I
Wow.
knew but I would say that it was connected from the universe, connected to God. So it was
Mhm.
a little bit of like a phone wire.
Mm.
It was like I was like he was the phone wire and I was connected to it. So it was like I was like they up there they were the antenna and I was the receiver, and that's the best way to put it because
I like
you
that.
channel and you're the receiver. So when you give a person a reading, you're receiving the information. Now it's up to them to absorb, or
Mm.
they can change the outcome of what you are picking up from source.
I like that. That's something that
Mm.
I don't know that if every psychic tells you that, because part of my distance, from getting psychic readings was that, I'm a very big proponent of law of attraction, and I didn't want anybody to tell me what was going to happen in the event that I didn't really want that thing to happen, So I love that you offer the information and give people the reminder that they have the free will to change that outcome. That's
Yeah.
really great.
Yeah, I mean, because there's times where they tell me, well, when I give them a reading, most of the time my readings, like I said, have been always 100% accurate. But I tell them, I said, if it's like something that they say, well, can I change it? I said, it's up to you. Give the free will. You can change it. But if you sit there and you don't do anything, no matter how you look at it, no matter how you do it. So I tell them, I say, give them the free will to change what, if it's something that they don't like, they can
Hmm.
change it, but it's all up to them and it's got to come from within them.
So people are chomping at the bit, wanting to talk with you. But before we take calls, I was just curious. Do you do you have visions? Do you like hear? Do you have the impression of hearing things? Do you feel things? Do you smell things? Do you see things? How do you receive? How does your body let you know that you've received information?
Well, sometimes I get like tingles, like I get like major goosebumps.
Mm.
And then what I'll hear like my spirit guide, which is my grandmother, because she knew my gift way before.
Aw.
So she's on the other side. So she's my one of my primary guides, and it's an honor to for her to be my guide because
What's
she's
her
always been.
name? What's her name?
Well, her name is it's a Spanish name, but I can spell it to you. It's Amparo. It's Amparo, and it's
Aw.
funny because when you look up that name, that
Uh-huh.
means protection. So
Wow.
Ah,
so it's weird though because her name was always to protect her loved ones
Wow.
while she was alive, and then now she's in spirit, so she's protecting us even more.
yeah,
So
still doing it.
yeah, so she's still doing it. So she and then I always picked up soft stuff off of her, but I never got the chance to ask her. But I picked up that she was intuitive, like very intuitive. Uh, she knew when things were coming, things were gonna happen. And then I kind of felt that there was like Native American, like medicine woman.
Mm.
I never got the chance to ask her that, but I did pick that up. And then
Hmm.
as time went on, I started realizing that a lot of my gifts come from Native American too. So we have a lot of Native American in our blood. So
Hmm.
that's kind of like validating, even though I didn't get a chance to ask her, but I was validated from other family members.
Yeah, you
I,
know.
I, I understand also you are a shaman healer and deeply involved in the study of your Indian heritage. Do you feel like maybe a Native American is closer to the earth and closer to the truth and nature than what we otherwise would be?
I think the like Native American Indians, they're closer than what we think, Augie. I think they've been around even before we were even thought of. And now that they're on the spiritual plane, some of them are still here, and they, of course, some of them live in the reservations and they do their
Yeah.
shaman work. But the ones that are on the other side, they have been around for many years, and they've been around us, surrounding, listening to what us humans do to the environment. And I can tell you from what I've heard, I've got visions, and it's question that's funny that she asked me, but I do get visions. I get premonitions. I get like of events of premonitions of what's going to happen, no matter if it's. And most of my visions, I usually notice that when I get them, it's usually for a client, and that's another thing that even though I know you didn't get a chance to ask me, but this is what I felt that you were going to ask me telepathically, that
Uh-oh.
you were gonna ask me when you get these visions, how do you interpret that? Are they for you? Or are they for the clients? Well, telling you that I'm telling you out loud from your telepathic questions. Most
Thank
of
you.
them they come out to the clients.
Wow.
There's a few times where they come for me, but most of them that I get, they're most for my clients.
Well, that's
Mm.
a question I was going to ask right after you were done.
Oh, that was Augie. We got our wires crossed. So,
Yeah.
okay, so Chris, one question that I really do want to ask, and my best friend is a psychic medium, and what happens, and this is from my own history, I discovered that I had psychic abilities because I would know things, but in the beginning they were bad things, like I knew my father was going to get hit by a truck. I just knew things like that that were big and scary. When you know things like maybe somebody's going to die or somebody's going to get sick, how do you handle that information with your client?
Honestly, that is another good question. I tell them in a way that they will understand to give them preparing them for what's about to happen. And I tell them, you know what, this is what I'm picking up, that you're so and so is not going to make it. And then and then most of the time I get the validation like right on spot, or
Mm-hmm.
they'll contact me later and they say, well, yeah, that person passed away like 2 or 3 days later. So when the
Wow.
information comes to me, I ain't gonna lie to you, it's hard. But then
Mm-hmm.
again, my gift is wasn't, how can I put it without saying, I guess when God gave us this gift, he knew that he wasn't going to give us something that we couldn't handle. So he knew I
Right.
could handle it no matter how the information came, if it was bad, good, or the ugly. And that's how I guess I accepted it. And I'm glad that
Oh,
he gave me the gift because, being who we are, sometimes you're not always going to get good news, and that's the hard part, being the one that's getting the information. So sometimes some people don't like to hear bad news, and that's expected even for you. I think as you growing up, I think you got scared because you were thinking to myself, I mean, thinking to yourself, why am I getting all this bad information? Why wasn't there good information, coming to you? But it was just a process of how your gift started
Mhm.
off with you, because there's people that sometimes they get traumatized with their gift, that they'll see like demons, they'll
Mhm.
see evil spirits, dark shadows. So every psychic goes through some kind of trauma, and I'm not saying you went through trauma, but I
Interesting.
guess
Mhm.
but I
Mhm.
think with you just went more of seeing things of like death, or somebody hurt, or getting into a wreck. And I think with you, and it's funny that I'm getting that from you, because what I'm picking up from you is that you're you pick up things like accidents, plane crashes, and events around your friends and your family. So you're more like prone to uh like tragedies or events that are about to happen. That's what I'm being told to tell you, that that's how it started. But
Mhm.
a lot of that stuff is going to stop, and you're going to go into talking to the dead. Also, is just that, are you ready to talk to the dead? And I'm personally being told that you are ready, but it's just that God's going to show you when you are ready, when it's supposed to happen.
That's so funny. Actually, when I was little, I was talking with spirit, and then there was a point in time where I did shut it off. It's like, okay, that's it. Throwing the books away. We're done. Um, but now.
Yeah, and it's tough because and it's tough because I mean some of us can't handle it.
Well,
So
I mean, I'm a nurse, and I've been around a lot of people. Working with people who are dying is my specialty, one of my specialties. So, I don't have any fear of spirit or talking with spirit. But I appreciate you. I want you to read. I want you to read Augie. Augie, can
I already read Augie before.
you did? Well,
Augie,
he's older now.
Several hours.
Did you
uh,
read him tonight?
oh, I read him on another show, right? Augie,
yeah,
when
that
was that?
was about a
Uh,
month and a half ago, something like
All
yeah,
that.
right. Well,
yeah.
I'm going to put the phone number out for readings.
Yeah, we should be ready to take calls anytime, probably.
Yeah, I'm putting it out there right now. All
Yeah.
right. So, I mean, you're right, Chris. When I was little, and this is what clued me in that I was a healer. Okay, I'll give you a crazy example. I was a little girl, maybe I was 10, and something said go outside, and I'm thinking I don't want to go outside. That my favorite show is going to be on. But I went outside, and I was just going to walk to the mailbox and then walk back to my house. And when I go to walk to the mailbox, here's my favorite neighbor, right? I called her Aunt Marie, and we lived, I mean, we didn't even have street lights. I lived in a private community that didn't even have street lights. It was very, very unpopulated, not a lot of traffic. Here comes this car. Aunt Marie's, an older lady, like old lady, walking very slow on the sidewalk. And here comes a car that comes around, goes onto the sidewalk, hits her, drags her through the bushes halfway into her backyard. And I was guided to be outside to witness this because we didn't have cell phones then. I
Wow.
ran into the house, I called 911, and then I went out and I stayed with her, until the ambulance came. But things like that would always happen to me. And I grew to understand that there was a pattern to what was happening, and I just had the intuitive, you know, um, surrender, to say, okay, let me see what this is. Let me see what this is. And of course, it played out as a gift in my nursing career, and now in my healing career. Margaret said that the number is busy. Let me make sure I gave you the right number. It's 202-684-6955. Katie, Margaret said it was busy. Can you try again, Margaret, please?
we've been trying to accept the calls, so keep calling. I'm trying to connect you through. Just be patient with me.
Okay, we're patient with you.
Continue
But
talking
see,
until you hear somebody.
and
Trust
and
me,
you,
there will be
and
somebody.
you and you know what, it was so weird, Nora, is that even though it's our first time connection, between Augie and who else knows me too, which I'm not going to say her name, but and it's so weird because with you we never talked, and I already feel like already connected to you, so it's just amazing. It really
It
is.
is
It's just
amazing. It isn't, and
yeah,
actually, I felt that when I was talking in the beginning of the show. That's why I said he probably already knows what I'm saying because I felt that. I definitely felt
We have
that
a caller on the
connection.
line.
And you have such a sweet heart and such a sweet soul. I mean, I totally feel that from you.
yeah, and
Guys, we
and
have a caller
I've
on the
been
line.
told,
We have a
Hi,
caller.
different
this
things
is
from different people.
Jessica
Okay, go ahead.
from
Who's
Hello.
Wisconsin. Can
Hi? Who's
I get a
calling?
reading?
I'm sorry. Who's calling?
Who?
I can't hear.
I couldn't hear either.
Caller,
Okay.
caller, can you please speak up?
Hi, this is Jessica from Wisconsin. Can I get a reading?
Hi, Jessica.
Hi, Jessica. So how
You're
can
at
I
the
help
right
you,
number.
Jessica?
Yes, you have the right
Counter.
number.
Can you hear me?
She's coming through loud and clear, and you guys can hear her, but she can't hear you.
Oh,
Oh,
okay. Well,
oh, maybe
okay.
she
So
can.
just
Can she listen on the air?
She could probably do that. I've got another one coming through right now. Area code 226.
Okay. Hi, who's calling? Oh boy, we're having really audio difficulties
Yeah.
tonight. Mercury is going direct, so it's probably wobbling.
yeah. I think, and you know what? We would think the Mercury retrograde would stop, but a lot
Mm,
of people said that a lot of weird things are happening during that time. I guess because it's trying to mess
mm,
things up with people
mhm.
trying to connect.
Hello?
So even though, okay,
Hello?
sorry.
Hello?
Hi. Hello, caller.
Speak up, please.
Hello?
Hello?
Can you hear us?
Ah,
The caller is
Huh.
there, but unable to hear.
darn it. Darn it. Okay. What do you think it is, Katie? Any ideas? Okay. All right. So here's a question, Chris. It's from a person named T. Covey, and that's spelled Covey. I have a question. The chimes that are in my home, are they associated with spirit? When they move, there's activity. I don't know what that means.
Okay, so that's what they're asking. They're asking that the items they have, are they connected to spirit? Is that
Yes.
correct?
Yeah, the
Okay,
chimes.
I'm being told that wherever those items or charms is what I was hearing, that they came from. I can't think of that word. It was like the tip of my tongue. It's a place where you can buy them from places that other families they sell them because they're like, I don't want them no more. I can't think of the word.
Like an estate sale or uh,
Oh my God, it's like something doesn't want me to say it.
like a
Um,
Goodwill or a thrift store?
no, it's not a thrift
No.
store. Okay, well, the best way to describe this is, even though the words are not coming out, like something doesn't want me to say it, that these items came from a place that was haunted.
Oh.
So, okay, so when you got them, they tend to make other things move. And I'm hearing like levitate, which means it can float off the air.
Mm.
So it's kind of like that these have really strong energy, that it is spirit trying to talk to you. And I'm being told too that there is attachments with them. So I guess whatever they were attached to, because I don't know why, but in my mind I'm hearing the Civil War. So I'm being told that maybe one of the items goes back to one of World War I or World War II.
Wow.
So there has a lot of soldier history, is what I'm hearing, and it's got like the residential energy, which means it repeats itself. It does the same cycle over and over. And then there's some items that whatever is attached to it is intelligent spirit, which means it can communicate. And the other items, they just it repeats the same thing. It does like it opens the door and closes it. And then when you see the spirit, it opens the door and closes it. It's like a repeat. That's
Or
the best way
maybe
to.
it's a way for them to communicate. Maybe that's the only way they know how to communicate.
Yeah, because they don't know that they're in a different plane. So they're crossing their plane because they're still in the past, is what I'm
Mhm.
hearing. They're
The
still in the
mailbox is
past.
full and cannot accept any messages at this time. Goodbye.
Oh my God. What is
Okay.
going
Unfortunately, those
Okay,
who
so
have called in,
Chris, here's that's a great one. So T Covey, yes, that is associated with paranormal activity. Um, so Jessica said, Chris, I got dumped by Henry. Was my intuition right? Why he did it?
Yes, you're right. But I just feel like he just can't accept the way you are. I still feel like there's a connection, but I just feel like he's in denial. I guess his with him he has high standards because when he grew up he was very spoiled. So he has that mentality of carrying on the way he grew up, and that has nothing to do with you. That's not your fault. So it's just that he was just brought up very spoiled and he got everything he wanted. So it's like what he says goes.
Interesting. So here's one from Shadow Designs. Shadow says, I'm at a major fork in the road and I really don't know which way to go.
That she's at where? And
She's at a fork in the road and she does not know which way to go.
well, I'm telling her, I'm being told that she probably needs to like clear her mind because I'm being that she's getting a lot of corrupted, kind of like weird information, and then I'm getting like self doubt.
Please
So
leave your
she might
message for
that she might be have like some self doubt. So what she can do is like clear her mind, and then if she has to have a clear white candle with her, that would be for her to able to communicate with her decision and with spirit. So I would say that she has to have everything quiet, no music, no TV, no phone for like at least an hour and close her eyes and look at the candle and glaze into it, almost like a meditation. Instead of like just closing your eyes and just not looking at anything, I'm being told to look at the candle and the candle with the flame, it's going to give her a yes or no question. Like yes, back and forth, no sideways. It's kind of that's how she's gonna get her information on what she's doing. Because I'm being told that even though you said she was felt like she was in a fork road, but I'm being told that she's in a crossroads. So it's kind of like
Mm-hmm.
she's having a hard time making the choices because she has something that's trying to give her that doubt.
Mm-hmm. Really good. And Margaret Parker asks, am I going to meet someone
Hello.
for me? Oh, we have a caller. Hello.
Hi, Lori.
Hi, who's this?
This is Margaret.
Hey, Margaret.
I got through.
Well, how about that?
Oh,
So please feel free to talk to Chris. Mhm.
Okay. Hi, Chris.
hi Margaret, how can I help you tonight?
Um, I've talked to you before, but I wanted to ask you a question. Um, I've been alone for about 10 years,
Mm-hmm.
and I wanted to find out if I was actually ever going to meet someone that maybe could be in my life.
Hmm.
Honestly, I want to say that you probably won't meet someone until maybe like December, close to the new year. I'm being told this person's already around you or is about to be in your circle. So just keep a lookout because there's people that are noticing you. But since you're so busy doing here and there, is that you're not acknowledging the person when the person's like right in front of you. If that makes sense. Oh, and I was going to tell you, I don't know what you have in the background, but I'm glad I can still hear you. But if you have
Mhm.
the show in the background, can you lower that down because it sounds like it's with the
Yes.
connection.
Is Elijah?
Okay, I'm sorry.
Oh,
Like
great.
it's okay. It's just that we could hear each other. We could hear ourselves in the background. No, but like I said, I just feel like you um are connecting with this person like I said in December, and it's gonna be kind of close to New Year, so it's gonna be that person's like probably right in front of you because I'm being told that person's in front of you, but like I said, you're just doing a lot of multiple tasks and you're busy, so you're not really paying attention. But I'm being told that the person's like right in front of you.
Like right in front of me, like where I live, or like somewhere else.
I want to say like that person's like within driving distance. Just
Mm.
put it that way. That person's within driving distance.
Within driving distance. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
well, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that leaves a lot of room. I mean,
But I
that
think
could.
it,
You just
but
have
I just feel like you just gotta just be patient. That's basically
right,
what it.
and
Yeah,
always
and
have your eyes open, right?
yeah, have your eyes open and just be aware of who asked you what, and if they start asking you more questions like, "Hey, what are you doing tonight? Would you like to go out for a dinner?" You know, that kind of
Mhm.
thing.
That would
Okay,
be a
that sounds.
dead giveaway. Yeah.
That sounds
Yeah.
awesome.
Okay. Well, Margaret, let us know if we need to buy a dress for the wedding.
Hey, that that sounds awesome. Okay, I can never imagine that, but hey, who
Aw.
knows?
Aw, thank you for calling. Hopefully, we can get Matthew on. Katie, I don't know if you can call Matthew back. Thank you, Margaret.
Okay,
Yeah,
thank you,
Thanks,
thank you,
honey.
and you
everyone.
have
Okay,
a good
bye.
night.
Let's
Bye
see.
bye.
Let me
Thank
see.
you, Chris.
You're welcome. That was
Let's see.
crazy though, because I told her, I said, I can hear each other in the background. I was like, I can hear us all talking. So I said, can you lower that down? Because I'm like hearing an echo.
Yeah. Let's see.
There is also somebody here from the area code 430. I wonder if they are still with us.
Katie's calling people.
I'm calling everybody back. For some reason,
Okay.
Skype is not allowing me to merge calls. So I do see your number and I do see your call. So just bear with me and I will call you back. I do have a very big list of people.
Oh, good. How about that? How about that? So, Chris, will I get a date with Jason Momoa?
Hello?
Oh, darn it. We have a caller. Hi, caller.
Yes.
Hi. Who's calling, please?
My name's CJ.
Hi,
Okay.
CJ.
So hi CJ, how can I help you today?
I was just calling because I was watching you guys' video and I was seeing you guys were giving free readings. So I just
Yes.
wanted, I'd never had a reading before, so
Okay, well, this is where you're talking to Chris on the psychic on the show. So what is it that you want me to give you a general reading, or is there any specific question that you have that you want me to tune into with your energy?
just a general that thing. I've never really experienced any kind of reading or anything like that.
Okay, so your name is CJ, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, what I was gonna say is that with you, you're kind of like I'm being told that you're in like the right direction. I guess with your daily life, okay. But
Okay.
in a part of you is kind of like seeking, like what your options are, because I'm being told like there's a transformation or maybe like a transition. So there might be something that
Right.
you're gonna experience going into next year. Is there something to do with paranormal phenomenon around you? Because I'm getting like the words paranormal in big letters. So there's something that maybe, and of course I don't know you, but I'm being told that you were drawn to the paranormal, or the paranormal finds you. So it's kind of like you're trying to figure out: are you going crazy, or are you experiencing spirit? Am I correct?
Uh, yeah. Honestly, yeah. Something.
Okay, I'm
Feel
gonna ask you
like
another.
I've been.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I'm
Sorry.
sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead. You go first.
Oh well, I've just been having very odd dreams about family members that I really don't talk to anymore, and like weird situations with them. It's just like over and over and over. That
Mm.
has nothing to do with it. But
Oh, okay, because there, even though there might be people that you don't talk to, but that's probably telling me that you're gonna get reunited with the people that you don't talk to or you probably don't want to talk to. But I'm being told that you need to have some balance because you have the yin and the yang energy, the white and the dark, and I think you
Hmm.
need to balance that out because the dark is trying to linger around, and you don't want that. So try to balance yourself. It's almost like, and I don't know where I'm getting this, but I'm getting like Libra, like the scales.
Hmm.
So I don't know what that's about, what that's going to come out, something about that. And then as far as like your dreams, I want to say
Hmm.
that even though I don't know where you live because I'm not good with the area code, but I'm being told that you have a lot of activity like in the room. Like I'm being told that like I feel like there's something around you. I don't feel like it's threatening. I'm just being told that whatever is you're getting these dreams is giving you information to give you heads up of what's to come within 2 to 3 months from now. Because I'm being told that you probably have to have a dream journal. So I'm being told that whatever you're seeing, try to remember everything you like when you wake up. When you have, like, say for example, if you have a bad dream and you're like, like you just wake up, right when you have
Right.
it right next to you, write the time, look at the time that you got up, and write everything down, and then try to be very detailed with what you saw, and then like keep a lookout on what's around you and what's around the news because you're picking up a lot of energy. It's almost like you're a magnet, and I'm getting like an empath energy because you. I'm being told that you're gifted too, but you just like, oh my god, it's weird. It's like Nori. It's almost like you turned off your gift, and then now that you're older, it's like it just, even though you're not acknowledging it, but you the switch just turned on without your permission. So like the the guides or your spirits are just telling you, hey, I'm right here. Pay attention to what we're telling you. So I'm being told as a child you shut it out when you were a child, and now that you're an older person, you have to adjust to what you're seeing because this is totally new for you. And it kind of scares you because you're like, where's all this information coming from? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Huh. That's crazy. That just sent like chills up my spine.
Why? Can
Wow.
you tell me why? Can you tell me why you got chills?
I, I don't know. I guess when I was younger, when I was a kid, I always felt like I had like not a psychic. I don't know if you would call it psychic. Not anything like that. Just like I kind of knew my surroundings. I knew how to manipulate my surroundings more. And as I got older, just I started having
Did
a lot of problems with a lot of things, and I just got foggy to where just I don't know. I don't notice as much. I can't focus as much like I used to.
I
I
guess
don't
it's
know.
because I guess because your gift when you shut it out, some people don't realize that when you shut your gift out, your gift is advancing as you're growing up. So when you don't use your gift, and then it advances when you're older, it's all the best way that it comes to you. And I'm being told, and I don't know why I'm being told, but I'm being told that it comes like bombarded to you. So it's like all this stuff is coming to you, and you don't know how to control the information that you're getting. That is like it's the best way to describe it is like you're in the room and you have all these walls coming at you from the front, coming at you, the left, and then it's like you're squeezed together and you're squashed, but you're trying to keep yourself centered, but all this information is coming to you fast that you're having to adjust to your gift, and you don't know how to control it. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense, because that's the
Yeah.
best way I'm being told to describe it. It's just I'm getting this information that is coming to you so fast that when you didn't use it, your gift has advanced so fast that you have to adjust, and you're going to be able to understand what is coming to you.
Mm.
If that makes sense.
Chris, we have six more
Right.
callers waiting. People really.
Okay.
But if you want to talk to me, maybe we can do more of a private session. But if you, I don't know if you got a
Right.
paper and pen, but if you want to call me, the number is 210.
Oh.
I'll put it in the chat. Can you see?
Yeah,
Do
just
you know where the chat is, CJ?
Okay. I should.
210.
I'll look at it right now.
Okay.
It's 210-974-3470 for the ones that want to contact me. Case
210, 210, what
974
is it?
210
974.
3470.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank
You're
you,
welcome. You're
Bridget.
welcome.
Katie, who else do we have?
They are coming on right now. Area code 760.
Okay. Hello, caller.
Uh, they are waiting to pick up the phone, so hopefully they're standing by right now.
Okay.
Otherwise, if they don't pick up, I'm going to have to move on.
All right. So Katie's calling everybody back. Thank you for
There
going
we
the
go. They
extra.
joined.
We are not available.
Aw.
Hello. I already got a reading.
Oh, thank you. Okay, we got Margaret already.
Yes,
All
I
right.
just wanted to answer yes.
Aw,
Well,
thank
you
you.
can listen. You can ask them to that. You can listen to the show. You just got to tell Katie how do you want to listen, so she won't have to call you back.
Okay. I didn't want to be rude.
Aw, thank you. Thank
Okay.
you. Okay, honey,
Thank
bye.
you.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay.
Okay, we'll move on to the next one. That's absolutely
All
fine.
right. Please, well, you guys might not want to put your phone numbers in the chat, but if you do, Katie will call you back. But Katie has received the phone calls through the 202 number, and she's calling everybody back now. So be by the phone.
Okay, so the next one is area code 226. I am calling right now.
Area code 226. I feel like I feel like this is the lottery or something.
Yeah.
Did I win? Wait, what happened?
Hi.
There we go.
Hello,
Hi.
caller.
Hello?
Hi.
I've already had a reading, so if
Oh.
you want to go to the next person, that'd be great.
Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Everybody's so nice. Look at the people you draw in, Chris. Everybody's so sweet.
You know what? I was still trying to figure out that word of that person that was asking the questions in the chat. And the best way to describe it, maybe y'all can help me.
Okay.
The best way to describe it is like when you go to those stores and they sell old. Oh, that's what it's called. An antique store. There you go.
An antique
Oh my
store.
god! Oh.
Yay!
So that's what I was picking up. It was almost like between a haunted environment where they sell haunted stuff, and between an antique store. It's kind of like in the middle.
I gotcha. Mm-hmm.
See, I just nabbed it. You know what? It was almost like spirit was like, I'm gonna mess with you today.
Area code 520.
Area code 520.
You have won the lottery. No, I'm kidding.
I did. Yay!
Oh dear.
Let's see.
We have somebody there yet?
Katie's calling.
They have
Okay.
joined.
Hello.
Hello. Did you want a reading with Chris Garcia?
Well, I do, except I haven't been able to listen to the show, so I mean, I don't know anything about what he's saying or anything.
Oh,
So-
okay.
It didn't work when I called in. I called like 4 times and it didn't work. So
Right. That's why we're calling everybody back. Skype is being a little finicky tonight. So Chris is
I see.
Chris is on the line, and you are on the show with us right now. So if you would like to ask Chris your question, this would be a great time, or however you'd like to handle it.
Yeah. So,
Oh,
so what is your name, by the way, if you don't mind me asking?
This is Christine.
Okay. So, what is the question that you want me to to like focus on, or do you have or do you want a general reading from me? Do you have anything specific?
Maybe general. General would be good.
Right now, with your energy, I kind of felt like even though you couldn't listen to the show and you didn't know what we were talking about, but you were trying to get through. But I think that you wanted to ask something when you were calling in, but then you lost that train. You lost that train of thought, like something that was blocking you. And I guess it's because of the Mercury retrograde. Or the human tongue, it's like something's messing with me now. The Mercury retrograde. So it's kind of like, it's almost like you have like, not necessarily around you, but you have like a lot of scattered energy. Like you're just not knowing what to do and what decisions to make. But I'm being told that God and your guides are gonna guide you, and I'm being told Raphael is giving you some kind of healing energy because even though you might sound because like I feel like empathically I feel like you're kind of like happy and you're kind of a little bit of depressed or sad, and I'm picking that up on an empathic level. So you have this kind of like undeciding feeling that you have, like you feel like you don't know what to do. And I'm being told with the decision, whatever you're dealing with, I'm being told that there's a chance that you might move. And I'm being told to the west. I don't know where you're at now, but I'm being told that you might move for the next year, or you're gonna have like a business, and there's gonna be things progressing. But this year has been
Oh,
kind of like a bumpy road for you. Like that's what I'm getting for you.
yep, that's true.
Aw,
That
that's
And I was
sounds
great.
gonna
good.
ask you,
Yeah.
and where I was gonna ask you, where are you calling from, by the way?
To Arizona.
Oh, so you're in Arizona. Okay, well then, for some reason, even though I didn't ask you like where you were calling from, but is there a connection with Las Vegas in California with you? Because I'm being told that you're being pulled there, but you just don't know why. And I'm
Not
getting like,
really. I was thinking more like Hawaii.
well, maybe because for some reason I'm picking up the reason why I was thinking California is because I'm seeing water. So I'm being told that you like more in tune with the sea and you're being
Mhm.
in tune with the salt. So I'm being told that California would be good for you, and then something. And you're saying Hawaii, but I'm seeing California, so it could be something to do with water. So I'm being told that you are gonna move and that you're gonna find a good place. And then I'm seeing like palm trees, so I'm thinking that you're gonna even. Are you thinking about going on a cruise too? Because I'm being told that you've thought about it, but it's kind of like tight with money, kind of.
Nope. Nope.
Well, there must be something with that. Maybe next year, but I'm being told that there's gonna be a lot of good stuff coming for you. So
Oh, that's
Well,
awesome.
that sounds great.
Thank you, Christine. Thanks
Thank
for
you.
calling us.
mhm.
Thank
Thank
you
you for
so
calling
much.
in.
I
You're
appreciate
welcome.
it.
You're
So,
welcome.
Okay.
Chris, there's a question here from Victor.
Hmm.
And Victor says, was just wondering if maybe I could ask a question. Is my great grandmother or mother trying to guide me?
I'm being told yes, she is.
Mm.
She needs. I'm being told that he needs to pay attention because there is a message that she's trying to relate to him, and
Is
I'm
it
being told that she's coming in dreams or she's letting her presence known, like she's there with them, and he has to understand what she's trying to interpret him. So in other words, he's gonna be like open to receive the message. Now, if he's not open, then he has to like meditate to connect with her.
his grandmother, his great grandmother, or his mom?
I heard great grandmother.
Great grandmother. Aw, that's so sweet. Aw, Victor, there you go. So Tiffany Vale asks, my question is, I want to know why my ex-fiance Justin is avoiding me, if he's seeing someone else or what he's hiding or up to. I was going to go check on him to see if things are okay the other day, and he had papers on his door the other day, and then I saw him around 12 a.m. I went to head his way to maybe visit him. I saw him going down the hill, and as soon as he saw me, he walked away. He didn't say anything, and he went back up the hill, and his behavior was super weird.
Okay, well, for Tiffany, you know how you called in for the other show and you said that you're feeling kind of like lost with your empathic abilities and being tuned in. I'm being told that he's watching what you post on Facebook. So he's being very aware with your social media. So whatever you're posting, he's kind of like you're kind of scaring him away because you're not the same person that you used to be when you used to be together. You're more like you're spiritually growing, and I'm thinking that he's feeling like he's acknowledging that you're growing and that you're the different person and that you perceive stuff differently. So now he's avoiding you. He's like, oh my God, she must be a witch or a person that can read my mind. So every time you run into him, it's almost like he feels like you're spying on him, if that makes sense. It's kind of like you're reading his mind on an empathic and telepathic level. So it's kind of like you're scaring them, just put it that way. You're giving them the creeps. And that doesn't mean you're a stalker. You're just scaring them because everywhere you go, you run into him. And I'm being told he is watching what you're doing. So if you don't want him to know what you're doing, then just be careful what you post on Facebook.
Mm-hmm. That's good
Yeah,
advice for everybody.
oh, absolutely. Yeah. Hmm.
Oh my goodness.
And now
So,
we are
Probably got some more
calling.
callers out
We're
there.
calling area code 617. Stand by. You are going to come on air as soon as you pick up the phone. There we go.
Hello.
Yep.
How can I help you
Hi there,
tonight?
caller.
I know
Hello. Hi.
I know who this is.
That's Nori.
Hi. Hi,
Hi,
Matthew.
Nori.
Hi. Yay.
How's it going?
Chris, this is Matthew.
Nice to meet you, Matthew. So,
Oh,
is there like a general question you have, or is there something you want me to read, or is there anything that specific you want me to tune in to?
oh my.
Mhm.
Wow. Well, as you were saying earlier in the show when I was listening, it was really interesting because you brought to memory the way you were describing how you turned off your gifts. I remembered a time when I was in the 7th grade. I was about 12 years old. I can still see myself sitting at the table in the classroom and hearing a voice saying that something, it was like a pathway, a life pathway was described to me in an instant, as far as, you're not going to hear this again until many years later, kind of thing.
Wow.
I can seriously hear that. I can hear that voice in my head right now. And
Oh, I just got
that.
chills.
So,
Oh my god, I just got the
Yeah.
chills. I just got chills when you said that because I do feel that now that you're older, I feel like you're aware
yeah.
of it. I guess when you were little, at first it kind of scared you, but then as time went on, the more that people were drawn to you, and it's weird because this is what I'm being told. And a lot of people don't know this because some people don't understand that sometimes jewelry, crystal, pentacles, or any charms, or even being a Wiccan or a pagan, whatever you're into. This is what I've been told, and this is for everybody, and this is for you too. That whenever you feel like you're drawn to like maybe being a pagan or a Wiccan, or you're drawn to a magical ring or an amulet, you feel like you found it because you were drawn to it. But did you not know that a lot of the stuff that you grow up with as a child, it seeks you. You don't seek it. So everything that you've always had, like if you have a crystal ball or if you have tarot cards, you pick them out and you're like, you know what, I'm drawn to this. But I'm going to tell you something. Everything that you have, it drew you because it wanted you because it was going to work with you. So if you're a paranormal investigator, the paranormal drew you in. It wasn't you were seeking it, if that makes sense. And I'm being told to tell you that, and I don't know why, but I'm being told that everything that as you growing up, everything was coming to you, and you felt like you were drawing it, and but it was looking for you. Like everything that you've collected, it belonged to you. Like you're the guardian of everything you have, from tarot cards, rune stones, everything that you had. You're the guardian of everything you have in your possession.
Or like family
Huh.
heirlooms, things like that.
Exactly. Yes. Yes. Yes.
That makes sense because that happens a lot.
And Matt, does that
Wow.
make any sense to you? What I said, and kind of like in a way, because I'm trying to tell you because that's what Spirit is telling me how to tell you, and I guess it's because I'm being told that with this gift, this comes from hold on, from your grandmother, from
Ah,
your from
okay,
your mother's side.
Matthew, can I tell?
Absolutely. Yeah. Go ahead. Just
Okay.
verification.
So this is crazy, Chris. I'm having, I'm a law of attraction life coach. I'm a hypnotherapist. I'm a Reiki master. I'm having a session with Matthew, and it wasn't going to be like a psychic session. And all of a sudden, I could not even keep the door closed. His sweet little grandmother named Mimi comes bursting in with all of this information for him, and there was no way that I could do
Wow.
anything but give her a voice. Exactly.
And it's something
Yeah,
interesting that
wow.
goes along with that, and I've told Nori about it as well recently. I'm seeing the numbers 977 everywhere. Last week it was twice, and the significance of that is it was my grandparents' P.O. box, post office box
Wow.
at the mailbox for my
Wow.
grandmother that you're speaking of and her husband. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I see it
Oh,
constantly. And as a
oh,
matter of
I just got
fact,
chills. Woo! I just got chills.
one of the
Yep,
most
that's
significant times that I saw it was when it was the 20th anniversary of my grandfather's passing, and that was in October of this year. And I let a car pull into my lane when I was driving to work, and the license plate said 977. And I only realized much later that when it did that, it was right in front of a yacht club in the city, and he loved
Oh,
boats.
wow.
So Matthew has massive gifts. I mean, just incredible
Yeah.
gifts.
Yeah.
But
And and I did pick that up too. And I can tell that he's growing and he's come a long way because he like acknowledged it as a child, but he was like, is it
Well, I
because
was
he kind of
told
felt
by
like he
other
was
family
like a
members
loner.
that,
mm,
yes, yeah, I was told by other family members that those aren't necessarily good thing or correct or whatever, just from our religious beliefs and things. But my sister has it too. Yeah.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, of
often
course.
stays.
And I'm going to tell you something, and I'm going to ask you something too. You know how you said that a lot of your family said, that wasn't a gift or whatever. Now that they're more
Right.
older, are they accepting it? Like, are they still? Is there some of them that are still denying the family? Because I'm being told that
Uh,
some of them are still denying that. They're saying like it's more like common sense. Like they're thinking that it's just lucky guess. In other words.
right. Right. They're not acknowledging it that the thoughts may not be their own, and that's what I've learned to. I can't really tell the difference between them. It's still hard for me to discern, but sometimes you just can't deny it. It depends on the situation.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm being told that a lot of your family members, some of them that are aware, they acknowledge it, but there's others that are still denying it. They're like, "What are you talking about? It's just all in my head, and they'll say, oh, well, maybe I just I guessed it, So it's more like
Right.
they're still in denial. But I'm being told that with you being so open, you're gonna tell them, you know what? You're gonna give them a rude awakening and say, you know what? Grandmother had this gift.
Mm-hmm.
We all have it, so stop denying it.
Mm-hmm.
Stop denying
And
and make you.
she never really expressed that she had it, and I'm willing to accept that she did because of all of the situations that have happened since her passing. So it's interesting. It's
Really
you
beautiful.
really learn more about people.
Yeah.
Matt, thank you for calling. We still have 3 callers. Thank you so
Yep.
much, Matt. We're
Yeah,
going to have to call Chris back. Thank you, Chris.
you're welcome. And
Yeah,
anytime.
yeah. I'd love to do a psychic call with you sometime. That'd be
Yeah.
great.
I'll
Yeah,
put
we
I'll
can
put
do
Chris's
it.
phone number in the chat again.
Yep. That'd be good.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Bye. Thanks for calling.
Thank you for calling.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Bye-bye now. Take care.
Yep.
Bye.
Think we got another caller waiting.
Area code 210, who's been persistent to call in. You're
Yeah,
on the
that's
Hello?
Hello.
Who's this?
Hello.
Hello?
Can you
You're on
turn
the
your
air.
radio? Can
You're
you
on the.
yeah, you got to turn down the radio behind you because we can still hear the show behind you.
Oh, she actually made
Yes.
So who are we speaking to, Ken?
To Lisa?
Yeah, hi there. You are on with Chris?
Yes.
So what is it that you have Is there something that you wanted to ask me, or do you want me to do a general reading? Is there something you want me to focus on?
Yes, I have a question on the on my husband's immigration um
Mm-hmm.
stuff to see if it's gonna take any longer. Is it how long is it gonna be, and why am I seeing the number 33 a lot and triple twos? And if you could tell me why keeps on coming on me like for stuff for an anime.
Okay, well, I'm being told that. Have we talked before? Because you sound familiar.
Yes, we have.
Okay, okay, we
What's your
have
first
talked.
name? What's your first name?
Rachel.
Hi, Rachel. Hi.
Okay. Oh yeah, we do.
Right
We have
there.
talked. Okay. Well, now I know who you are. No, but sorry. What I'm
It's
being told
okay.
is that but I was being told that the reason why it's taking long is because of immigration. With who I'm not even going to say his name, but there's a lot of policies that are delaying a lot of people that want to come to the United States. So it's kind of make it more difficult to cross over. So I'm being told that you
Right.
have to get your T's and dots signed and make sure that you have
Mhm.
all your paperwork. So when he comes over here, when he comes back, you need to make
Because
sure that he.
the thing is that it's already sent through the for him to have his appointment for the resident,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what we're waiting for. But it's already been like a month and a half. He hasn't got an appointment yet.
I think it's because they're trying to catch up because I'm being told that there's like a long line. And if
Mhm.
anything, you probably won't get it until, uh, I want to say like January, like in the middle of next year. The latest, I'm being told January, but if the latest, like if there's a real bad delay, then it would
Mhm.
be like February. It would be like the second month.
February.
But I'm being told more
So
in January.
then,
But
so when do you think that he'll actually be here in the United States?
I want to say, if anything, when everything's processed, and it's gonna do, because of course I see January. But if you're asking like when he's gonna do that, when you get everything done, that's not gonna be until like March or April. So in other words, you're gonna go through
Wow.
the process of January and February of doing all the paperwork because I'm being told that you're gonna have a lot of paperwork and it's taking
Yes.
longer because there's a lot of people ahead of you. And you know what? And it's weird that you said you see the 2-2 and you see the 3-3. So it's either you're the 22nd person, somebody's 22nd ahead of you, and you're like 33, so maybe you're like the 33rd person that you're like they're in the 20s. So once they get into the 30s, that's when they're going to call you and then they're going to send you. So that it's probably not going to be like you're going to be like 33, you're going to be the 33 person that they're going to help. And then the
Wow.
22, that's probably that the person is they're telling you that that's why they see 22 because they're getting very close to the like 29. You know what I'm saying? Like they're
Yes.
counting down 23, 24, 25. So you're very close, but it's going to take long. So that's why there's people ahead of you. So there's like 22 people
Yeah.
ahead of you. So probably by January, February, you're going to have all the paperwork. And then by March, April, you're going to make it official. Then, is there something to do
Right.
like with an anniversary?
Um, our anniversary is like being together as like when we were boyfriend and girlfriend. It was like it's in March.
Oh
But
wow. Well
we
then,
our anniversary it's like for our marriage it's in August the 17th.
oh wow, because I'm being told something to do with anniversary. So I'm being told that between the anniversary when y'all went out on the date or your honeymoon, whatever you want to call it, he's
Mhm.
gonna be 2 days before or 2 days after that. So it's gonna be like in
Wow.
March. Yeah, in March.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hmm?
Well, thank you. That's a blessing.
You're
And
welcome.
my other question is that I had a dream like about my aunt and you talked to her before and I saw that she was speaking to a lady and a
Mm-hmm.
lady was giving her some type of stones,
Mm-hmm.
wanting to give her some type of stones. What's the meaning of that?
In a dream? Are you talking about in
Yes.
reality or in a dream? Well then
No,
whoever's
in a
talking
dream.
well then whoever's talking to her, that's one of her guides.
Mhm.
In other words, she's telling her in a dream, like in other words, you're the receiver. So what you're telling
Mhm.
me, you need to tell your aunt because I'm being told that if you can remember what color the stones were, she needs to get
Mhm.
those stones because then whatever she's got, it's gonna repel anything negative that's coming at her or being thrown at her. So whatever you saw in
Mhm.
this, like in that dream, if you saw like amethyst and or
Mhm.
obsidian, then she needs to get those stones and she needs to have them in her pockets because I'm being told that
Okay.
she does not have those stones. So with that being
Oh,
told,
she doesn't.
that lady was telling you, hey, you need to tell your aunt you need to get these stones because you're all this other stuff it's gonna be thrown at you, and when you have these stones, it's gonna prevent more stuff coming at her.
Okay. So which stones do I need to tell her to get?
Whatever you saw in your dream.
Because
That I can't tell you.
I only saw like a greenish kind of stone.
Okay, well then that would be like more like what is that stone called? It starts with a S. It's sodacite, I believe it's called. Sodacite, SOLDALITE. I'm
Okay.
familiar with that stone. Nora, are you familiar with stones,
I
Nora?
am.
Because there's I don't know if I'm
I
spelling it
was
right,
I
or
was
maybe
getting I was getting malachite.
yeah,
Okay.
that's something like that. But yeah, so I'm being told
Malachite.
that it's something with yeah, with
I
but I
don't know.
couldn't spell it.
I'll look up. I'll look it up. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for calling. Well, I'll look that stone up for you.
Yeah,
Okay. Thank you.
Okay,
you're
honey.
welcome.
Bye. We still have
Okay.
more
Okay,
people
we
for you,
still have
Chris.
another caller from area code 414 left. Is that it?
They are being called right now.
Okay.
Katie, you're a rock star.
I know, right? I just wish we could all win the lottery tonight. I swear. Area code 414. Please pick up. Please.
I guess they must have already answered the question because I think you already read. I must have read that person because that's probably why they're not speaking up. I must have read that person already.
Mm.
But you know what,
And
Hi,
Mark?
you
here
Thank
they
you.
reached
are.
Jessica
Yeah.
Milikowski. I
Well,
cannot come to.
well,
See.
obviously that
All
other
right.
person was
So,
already
Yeah.
called.
Chris, there is one here that was in the chat, and it was T Covey
Yeah.
again.
Say it again.
T Covey and T Covey wanted to know um, a personal read on my health.
Did I
From
read that? Did I read that person already? Because I think
we
you.
did,
I
but
did.
we didn't do the health. We did something else earlier.
Okay. Well, I'm being told with the health is that she needs more relax because I'm being told that she's putting more pressure to her health. I think she's more concerned. So if she doesn't worry about it, it's not gonna, it's not gonna get any worse because I'm being told that she's worried too much about problems that it's kind of like making her sick, and it's not nothing like to where she cannot get rid of it. It can be something that can be resolved. It's more like she's just worried, and being worried can. I'm being told is what got her sick. So she needs to not worry so much and try to be at ease because I'm being told that she's getting like a lot of feeling in her stomach and in her intestines. So there could be something that
Mm-hmm.
she's concerned and her body's acting up is because she has a lot of anxiety and it's making the health issues like with the intestines and stomach kind of like you know how like when your stomach growls, it's what I'm hearing is like her stomach is growling because it's like she's
Mm-hmm.
worried too much and she needs to relax.
Yes, yes.
Mm.
And what I got, because she said, and from the other host, which I guess is me, the thing that I initially got when I read the question was kidneys, but now as you're saying this, Chris, I'm getting adrenal glands, which your adrenal glands get sped up and they start working overtime when you stress and when you have too much anxiety. So that
Yeah.
so much sense. So thank you for T Covey. And Margaret has a question. Are her children safe?
What I'm being told with that, I'm being told that yes, they're safe. It's just don't worry and just and I'm being told that they will call her, so don't worry about it because they're always in contact with you. So just try not to be so like worried because I know that's a mother's love, but I mean, but just try not to worry so much because the more that you worry about it, the more that you're gonna you're gonna make things worry. You're gonna make yourself worry when there's nothing really going on with them.
It's beautiful, beautiful. So my dog Beanie has a question. He wants to know if he's going to get an extra treat tonight.
You're talking about your dog, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Honestly, I'm gonna. You know what I'm being told right now is that
Tell
yes, I want to say that your dog is gonna get a treat because that dog's been listening to you through the whole show.
He has, and I have to tell you, when the energy was really accelerating and there was a flurry of activity, both of my dogs who were sleeping came out of sleeping and came in here. Like they could feel the energy. It's so amazing.
Wow. And you know what, Nora? Even though I didn't know Matthew, but it was amazing because you said that you had a session with him. So whatever you told him, it went along with my reading. So you got validation with whatever you told him.
And
Whatever you told.
I'm so grateful for that because, like I said, I closed off. I mean, and literally, like when I would go to my best friend's house, who is a psychic medium, like she always has dead people hanging around. So when I go to her house, I stand in the middle of the living room, and I even go out on the porch, and I said, "Everybody who's here, not me, go to her. Don't come to me, go to her." So everybody knows to leave me alone. But when I had that session with Matthew, this little bitty grandma, right? She's so adorable. Mimi comes bursting through, and I couldn't do anything but give him the information. And she was so adorable. She's so adorable. It was crazy.
Wow.
So Katie said we have 3 calls left.
Yeah, so let's hold the calls for now then, because that's probably all we get time to do because we already ran over quite a bit. So
we are over.
Okay, so the next area code I'm calling, and please, area code, if you're listening, 210, please stop calling in. I already have taken your number. I will give you a call back.
Okay, so Katie, this is going to be the last call.
All right, so we'll just leave it at that one then, and hopefully this area code 518 can pick up the phone.
Okay, we'll see. 518. Margaret said she's crying. She's so happy. She really needed that information.
Oh, yeah.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
Going once, going twice, and it's going.
All right. So, Chris, people are asking, do you have a website, or how can people reach you? I have your phone number.
Oh, if they want to, they can call my cell phone, 210.
The mailbox is full. I cannot accept any messages at this time. Goodbye.
3470.
Yeah, they can reach me at 210-974-3470. Again, 210-974-3470. Or they can reach me on Prince Psychic Garcia on my Facebook. So if they want to friend request me, you can tell them that they can find me there, and then we can connect through Messenger and then so forth.
Okay, I got it. I'm writing all that down. All right, beautiful. Well, I'm going to friend you. Friend.
Well, you can friend me right now.
I will.
Yeah.
All right.
I put everything on mute. I put because I was looking at.
Okay, so I have a quick question. Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm trying to think of the right way to word. I'm just going to send it to you in my mind here. Will the person that that there is distance between? Will we close that distance? How's that?
So in other words, you want to know if you're going to get reconnected, or is the connection going to be like closed out? Is that what you mean?
Yeah. Which way is that going to go?
Honestly, with everything that you're going through, yeah, I'm kind of feeling like I'm being told that he wants to be close, and then it's kind of like he doesn't know how to come. I guess because he gets intimidated.
Oh.
Okay, so it's kind of like he knows that you're busy. And then I guess he's afraid of rejection. But I'm not saying that you're going to rejection, but it's just
right. Pixie, my goodness.
But before you do that, you're gonna have to like have your space because I'm being told that he needs his space. So if anything, there's gonna be a big change probably by next year. You're gonna see a big change in him because right now he's going through a lot of transition, just like the way you are. So you're gonna see a big difference. You're gonna see a big difference.
All right. Thank you for that. And all of the people in the chat room are thanking you. And I put your phone number in there lots and lots of times. So, Augie,
Yeah.
you want to take us out? What a great night this was. So much
Oh,
fun.
this was wonderful, and this was fun. I love a show with a lot of fun in it because not just the fun, but also listen to. I could hear the emotion in the people that called in. And I could hear the gratitude that they have because they were looking for something, and Chris, you gave them either a confirmation or you gave them solace. You gave them something that they could sit down and say, "Oh, I feel better now."
Mm-hmm. I feel
Yes.
better.
Yeah.
You know what? You know what? I actually had a good time too, and I'm glad I connected with your co-host Augie because Augie, you already knew me already,
Yeah.
but Nora, I know that we feel connected, so I know that it's a beautiful thing when God has His ways of connecting people, and it's weird
Yes.
because a lot of people don't see this, but a lot of people don't see that how can I put it? Is that God connects the same people that have connected in other lifetimes. So
Mhm.
all of us we've connected in other lifetimes, but in this time we're connected in a different format.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
So
I know that's exactly how it is. I know that.
yeah.
And there's no mistakes with God's decisions.
There
No
are
mistake.
no mistakes. That's right. That's right. Well, thank you everybody for being with us. Thank you, amazing Chris Garcia. What a beautiful soul. Thank you, Augie. And thank you to Mojo and Margaret who gave us super chats tonight. Thank you, everybody, for being here and for sharing in the chat room and for sharing on the call. We're going to have Chris back soon because this was just such a great show. So
Yeah.
join us.
We definitely got to do this over again, Chris.
I know we'll do it again. Just let me know, like how
Mhm. Well, join us next week for the Wednesday show.
yeah, because Augie messaged me. I think it was like a week before, but it was not for today. It was another time, but there was something that
Yeah.
came up. And I thought it was for Tuesday, but I didn't know that you had the shows for Wednesdays. So when
Yeah.
I was waiting for Augie to call him, he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm busy." So when we so when
Yeah.
we talked about it, I was like, "Augie, I'm sorry," and he goes, "No, it's my fault because he had told me through Messenger that, oh, are you ready for the show for tomorrow?" And I
Yeah.
was thinking,
I
the
got that
days.
goofed up, I think.
But it's okay. But it's, I mean, everything. I mean, sometimes it happens because that day when you messaged me, I think it was on like on a Monday. So I thought, wow, you're gonna have a Tuesday show.
Right.
But see, but I didn't know that it was for a Wednesday show. And then
So
he had told me.
we're still live. We're still
Yeah.
we're still live. So let's close the show and then we'll arrange getting you back on, Chris. How about that?
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds good.
Augie, you want to take us out?
Yeah. Then here we are done with the Wednesday show for this time. We will be back next week at the same time, same place. And until then, take care of each other.